Hi, my name is Andrew Tronn, and I'm here with Max Cochran, aka Darkslider667, and today's topic is World of Warcraft.
So the first question, how long have you been playing WoW?
How long have I been playing WoW? That's actually an interesting question for me, because I got into WoW about 6 years ago, maybe a little over 6 years ago. It was after the big boom of real-time strategy games. StarCraft, Warcraft, Command and Conquer, a lot of those games were just so huge, and then it was actually this thing called the 1.5b beta release. It was part of an update early on in Warcraft's process, when I first started out. That was how I first got into it, and I haven't really played it continuously or daily or anything like that ever since then, but it's always been an occasional obsession of mine, one of those things. So about 6 years.
Next question, how has WoW taken MMORPG to the next level?
I think it's taken MMORPGs to the next level far beyond any of the games that did it before, any of its predecessors, EverQuest or RuneScape, and a lot of the games that came before it that did a lot of the things that World of Warcraft does, but not anywhere near the scope, size, or fashion of it. World of Warcraft determined, I think it was one of the first few games that people actually got married online who they were playing the game. I don't know how many other games can say that. I know it happened on a few games before, but the number of people who were just doing social things and living their lives online, really, just, I don't know the exact figures, but it was just an explosion after World of Warcraft came around. And I think that subsequently changed the face of video games as a whole, because then the Wii started being developed, the Nintendo Wii started doing all the virtual games with all the exercise sports and whatnot. That stemmed originally, I think, from the concept of playing and online with the world, basically, or at least whoever else wants to play it, and it amounted to millions of people, and that's what it did. I'm not sure where the industry can go in the future, but I think it's really cool how far they've come, and if they can do anything like they've innovated already, who knows what's in the future,
Next question, what makes WoW so different from RuneScape?
RuneScape, I've never played that game very much, but I noticed one of the big differences between World of Warcraft and that is the graphics, the character customization, a lot of things, but the raid was the main thing that changed the whole face of the game, because a guild and raids go hand in hand.
So Max, you mentioned a raid. What is a raid?
A raid is basically 25, 30 characters, people, all in one group, all trying to take out a boss that can't be taken out by one guy.
Next question, what kind of character are you?
I have a lot of characters. Well, I've had a lot of characters that I've been using over the years in the game, but the main one that I've used is called a paladin. That's the type of character. When you go on attack in groups, the paladin is usually one of the characters that goes in and takes the beating. It's kind of like the tank. And you have some characters that take the beating, you have some that do the attacking, and then some that are doing things from afar. And I'm one of the ones that goes right in there. So,
what guild are you in?
well, I've been in a couple guilds over my time, in the game. It's been a couple years, and one of the main things with a guild is if you're in it, you basically have to play every day, or close to every day. And I wasn't doing that for a while, but I've been through a couple. There was one really cool guild I was in called Fidelis Ownage. We stormed castles all the time and, did raids mostly at midnight. Then there was another one called Advocates of the Scallywag Fate. That was pretty interesting. I mean, sometimes it was just kind of half the reason you joined was the names, because they were so cool, and some of the reasons were the people in it. I've made I've made a couple friends in real life, actually, through World of Warcraft, and it's weird because you think, you're just playing a game with these people, and sure, you're connecting over this and that quest, but being in a guild is kind of like being in a band or something like that. I know it seems a little different because you're over internet connections, but it really does add a whole new element to the game.
My last question is, would you like to thank any of your sponsors?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to thank Gatorade for everything they've done to help out the video game industry just in the past, in general, through the depression as it is. And the thing about that it's cool about video games with the depression is that, or recession, whatever, is that it's kind of like alcohol. I figure it's somewhat depression-proof. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, people will drink it.
Well, Max, thanks for coming out.
Thank you. And I'll see you online in the raid sometime.